Sleep when you're dead. That was the call from rock stars like Warren Zevon and Bon Jovi, and it sounds like something only a rock star would say. But the idea behind it is not unfamiliar. There is simply too much to do in this life, and sleeping is taking away precious hours every day that could be better used in pursuit of your goals. We literally spend 1/3 of our life sleeping. So that's lofty, sure, but wrong on almost all accounts. In fact, sleeping is so important that missing only a little bit can have disastrous effects on your overall health, brain function, and of course, physical fitness goals. In this video, we're going to look at the importance of sleep and what actually is happening in your brain and body when you do sleep, how sleep is so critical for your male physique and operation at the highest level, and some simple techniques to help ensure that you get the best sleep every single night. Okay, let's go. Pro athletes like Roger Federer and Cristiano Ronaldo swear that much of the success that they've achieved is directly related to their sleep and recovery. In fact, pro athletes go to all kinds of lengths to help ensure that they get the rest they need. Sometimes sleeping over 12 hours, using a hyperbaric chamber or other sleep contraption, and even using separate housing for family members when they travel to games and matches. Luckily for us, we don't need any of that to achieve almost the same level of exceptionally great sleep. And we know instantly when we do not get good sleep. That awful feeling of being groggy, lifeless, and completely unmotivated, it can really destroy an otherwise great and productive day. So what is happening when we don't get enough sleep? Well, there are 3 key functions that are affected. First, the brain is not able to clean up all the waste that built up over the day. Second is the areas of the brain relating to memory are impacted. And third, the body is not able to heal and grow properly without the necessary amount of rest each night. So just as our lymphatic systems clean out our body of toxins and other metabolic waste, our brains have a dedicated, quote, cleanup crew that helps remove all the daily waste that our brain accumulates. This is called the glymphatic system. This system is unique to our brains and uses the brain's spinal fluid to clean and refresh our brains. Kind of important. And the most important part of this cleaning is that it exclusively occurs at night when we are sleeping. That is, if we don't get enough sleep, our brains literally have a traffic jam of waste that is not removed and is now affecting our mood, performance, and actions. Not a great start for optimizing our health. Second, the hippocampus, the part of our brains responsible for memories, is also greatly affected by lack of sleep. For us to pursue our high-value traits, our mental sharpness and focus, our intensity for training, limiting the function of our hippocampus is setting ourselves up for hard times, if not failure. Our memory function allows us to grow and develop habits. And as we've talked about before, habits are key to long-term success, much more important than short-term motivation. Sleep then helps us keep our brains operating at the highest level, which will give us the best chance of building the habits necessary to reach our goals. The third area of critical importance is giving our body the ability to heal. We know that when we lift hard, we are tearing down our muscles to enable them to grow back bigger and stronger. And the growth and repair is happening during sleep. Hormones are released during sleep and will aid in the repair of the muscle and work to rebuild the muscle fibers that we purposely broke down. Our body is inactive enough during sleep that the priority shifts from active movement to active repair and growth. The body will build and repair in reaction to our training, but can only do that effectively if we're getting enough sleep. Some researchers have suggested that sleep is so powerful for the repair and growth of muscle that if it was capable of being bottled, it would be banned as a foreign substance. In fact, in today's world of social media and streaming services, some high-level executives have even commented that sleep is their biggest competitor. Well, that's not doing us any favors. So given the importance of sleep, what is our best approach to getting enough of it and in the highest quality? First, we need enough sleep. If we refer to the American Academy of Sleep Medicine, the recommended daily amount of sleep is 7 to 9 hours. More toward 9 if you're consistently active like what we are aiming for. But what about naps? Cristiano Ronaldo is famous for taking up to 5 naps per day, and we know how elite he is. Well, the answer for most of us is that naps are indeed good, but good as a supplement, not a replacement. So the priority is to get enough sleep, and if you have time in your schedule for a nap, go ahead and take it. Most of us lead very busy lives, so naps are typically not an option, and that just means a good night's sleep is that much more important. Timing. We hear a lot about the circadian rhythm when we're talking about sleep, and for good reason. We have been conditioned through countless generations to begin cooling down and resting when the sun sets, and to rise and begin our day when the sun rises. And this seems so intuitive, especially when we're outside, like when camping. But today, we have so much activity happening after the sun goes down that the idea of going to sleep that early is preposterous. There's nightlife, TV shows and movies, and a host of other things that we have to do at night. Plus, we probably couldn't sleep that early even on the best days. But it is critical for us to have rhythm, even if it's not spot on with the rise and fall of the sun. So have a consistent time to go to bed and a consistent time to wake. Try to keep it as prioritized as possible. So if your time to sleep is 11 p.m. and rise at 7 a.m., then try to stick to that schedule as consistently as possible. Now let's look at our sleep environment. Studies have shown that as much as 60% of people are not getting good quality sleep, and the sleep environment is playing a big part in that. First, we need to mimic the natural state associated with the circadian rhythm. That is, we need to make our bedroom cold, dark, and quiet. A cold room, of course, is similar to the nighttime outdoors. Studies suggest that your room should be quite cool, around 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Of course, you will adjust that temperature to fit your own preferences, but the idea is that the ambient air is cool. The bedding keeps you warm in that cool room. Darkness is also key and mimics nature. For many of us, particularly those living in cities, it's a challenge to keep the light out of the room. But there are many products to help. Blackout curtains for windows work very well, and sleep masks are exceptionally good, especially when you travel or when all other options have failed. And quiet is the other key component. Again, city dwellers will have a challenge keeping things quiet, as cities are often very much alive and loud at night. Obviously, closing doors and windows is the first step, but if more quiet is needed, very inexpensive earplugs can be purchased at almost every convenience store. Additionally, the activities we do right before sleep are critically important as well. And in today's world, blue light has been shown to challenge our ability to get proper rest. The general guide is to stay off your phone, computer, or TV about 30 minutes before you go to sleep. This can be incredibly hard to do, so any break from blue light before resting is a good start. There are also products like blue light blocker glasses that can also help, and many are endorsed by professional athletes. Eating a large meal before sleeping should also be avoided. Not only is your body prioritizing digestion over muscle repair and growth, but you also tend to be in a state that makes lying down rather uncomfortable. With too much food, you cannot find the right position for optimal rest. Moreover, there's an added potential for digestive issues such as acid reflux and abdominal pain. So try to give yourself several hours at least between the time of your last large meal and sleep. Also, alcohol is not your friend for sleep either. While it is well known that it'll help you initially, alcohol will affect your REM sleep and your deep sleep. When possible, try to avoid alcohol right before you go to sleep. Finally, a word about sleep supplements. If you're doing everything right, there will be no need for sleeping pills or medicine that will make you drowsy. Those should be reserved as last resorts and in a clinical environment. But there are some substances like magnesium and potassium that will naturally aid with sleep. Of course, those are available in supplement form, but you can save your money and instead get them through your diet. Eat fish like salmon and tuna, and certain nuts are high in both minerals. You can also have some decaffeinated tea to help you get yourself prepared for a good night's sleep. But stay away from any caffeine in general, at least 3 to 6 hours before sleep time. Also, there are sleep monitors that will help analyze your sleep and tell you the amount of REM, deep sleep, and restfulness that you achieved the night before. While these can be very helpful, use them in balance with natural sleep. In other words, don't get overly caught up in the numbers. Use the information as a tool to improve your sleep, not lose sleep over your sleep. So use these tips to help avoid being one of the 60% of people who don't get enough sleep, and sleep your way towards the optimal male fitness and mental health. Check out this video for more fitness and health guidance, and we'll see you all later.